Okay, I make everything from scratch. There is no box mixes, no anything. 90% of my recipes have all been handed down through our family. Our sugar cookie is what started the business, so this is the top seller. Last year at Christmas time, I sold 300 dozen sugar cookies. This year I have created a cookie box which has a dozen cookies with sprinkles. I have to put the icing in. We keep that refrigerated since it is buttercream. That way that families that are busy, it gives moms a break. You can give the kids the cookies and let them decorate it. To me, that's a memory that we're missing in the holiday season this year. I do have families that will contact me and ask me to make, or if I could make a recipe that has been handed down, maybe because they don't bake or don't have time. I can make anything that you give me a recipe for. What's on the table here is not even half of what I make. Pumpkin rolls are a big seller. Our cookies, these are individually wrapped. I only do this during the holiday season because I will open up and allow people to see my home. Cleanliness, I think, is a big thing when you have a home business. So it allows people to come in, meet me, let me meet them, and buy something to see if they like it before they order a big quantity, which is what I do the rest of the year. Fudge is a huge seller. I have to give credit to my husband for that because my husband does make the fudge. Again, it is a family recipe. Oreo balls are a huge seller. Muffins, actually we had Northmont Weebolts. The concession stand asked me if I would make muffins so that they would have a healthier product to sell at the concession stand, and it did really well. So I think that each year now that I will be making muffins for the Weebolts home games, so that was very exciting. It made me proud to be able to be part of that. Zucchini bread is a huge seller. I do put pineapple in my zucchini bread, which is the secret to keeping it very moist. I do make a lot of dessert breads. They're not a huge seller. That's something that more I do during the holiday. Strawberry cupcakes are a huge seller. That's a family recipe, as well as my lemon one, which I do not have out right now. But they're made with real strawberries, super moist. Tat candy has been a great seller this year. My tat candy, I've been told, is one of the best in the area. I don't overuse powdered sugar because the powdered sugar basically is to keep the candies from sticking together, so you don't want to use too much. And I do have a secret that makes my candy's flavor last a long time. A lot of times when you buy tat candy, you'll get that immediate flavor, but my flavor lasts through the whole piece of candy. We have been open a year as of October. Every year I passed out cookies to all of my friends, neighbors, hairdressers, mailmen. It was a family tradition that started 3 generations ago in my family. It's what we did every year. And everyone kept telling me my sugar cookies were the best cookies they had ever had and that I should sell them. And I do this for fun. It's a memory. And I just decided that I had hit a point in my life where I was old enough to settle down. My kids were grown, and I would just take the plunge and see how things went. I learned to bake from my grandmother. My mother was a single mother, so I lived with my grandparents, and we lived on a farm, so everything we baked was organic, homegrown, fresh. So every Christmas, we would bake cookies, and my mother, my grandmother, and it's just a tradition that is a memory. They both have passed now, so it keeps them close to my heart. Most popular item is sugar cookies. It's 4 generations, 5 now, of a recipe. This was a recipe that has been handed down through my family. It's probably the best sugar cookie and what I've told that anybody's ever had. So this is a very special recipe. It reminds me of my great-grandmother, my grandmother, and my mother. And my hopes are that my daughter and granddaughter will also pass down this recipe and this tradition. My husband husband has been very supportive of this journey. Of course, you know, it took personal money that we really didn't have to get started. And he's always being so kind and patient with people coming in and out of our home, opening up our home, and he's always running to the store to get something that I've forgotten. And my daughter is a blessing. Her and I are a team with this, and she's always by my side late or night. She's a single mom, soon to be married, with my first granddaughter, and she's an STNA, so she's very busy, but she always takes time out for the bakery, and I appreciate her so much. I think that in our generation right now, a lot of moms are wanting to stay home with their children, and it's hard. Our economy is not set up for young families to stay at home with their children. We started this, we didn't have a lot of money. Baking is quite expensive, but you don't have to start out big. You start out small. Your goal, and I think the biggest thing that has been an encouragement and a joy to me is meeting new people in our community and becoming friends with them, helping others in need, just brings joy. And I think that I didn't start this business for an income. I started as a hobby, and I have touched so many people's hearts, brought memories. I love for people to say, oh, this tastes like my grandma's, or that tastes like my mother's. I think that if you have a hobby, if you have something that you truly love that is a passion, I think you need to start small and just try it. You're not out anything. Your regret will come if you don't try. So, you know, if it doesn't work, try something else. I mean, there is no failure. The failure in life is not trying.